Alright, so here we go again. Now we're going to try to take some lateral bend out of the bow and straighten this limb out a little bit. And right now, a little curve is okay. A little bit of a curve isn't going to hurt anybody because it's kind of a cheater bow at that point. But what we have here is a sort of a, I'm exaggerating, sort of a C shape or a U shape here. And what we want to do is have this limb come down a bit. So I'm seeing most of the upswing happening here. So I'm going to oil this portion up so it'll take the heat. It's also, why am I choosing to do this limb? I untwisted the other limb. And because I untwisted the other limb, I don't want to put too much stress on one limb at any given time. And so we're going to apply the heat to this limb to get the bend out. Now this direction is a little bit more dangerous to the bow. If you flow, now we have all the grain pattern running straight up the limb here, but if you do have a runoff and something breaks, the whole limb could collapse. So you got to make sure the grain is running in the right direction and you don't have any major weak spots. But I think we're okay. This is also because of the thickness. Well, the distance here versus the distance, the thickness, the width here versus the thickness here is so much greater. This is going to take longer for the wood to react. But it's the same process. You just heat it up, you oil it up, heat it up. Try not to brown the wood, try not to char the wood. Just take your time, go slow. It will react. And of course I have it, is it in the picture? I still have my weighted bucket, it's on the end of the limb without the wrench, so it's just a straight downward force acting on it instead of a twisting force acting on it like it would when you attach the wrench to the thing. And that just prevents me from having to stand there and push on it the whole time. Alright, so here we go again. And I'm just, all sides of the wood have to be warm. We get a much better reaction. Truth is, you'll probably char one. If you just do one end, you'll probably char it before you get any response at all, versus doing it like this. All right, this is like watching paint dry. So I'll bring you guys back when this is actually done its due. So I'll be seeing you guys in a minute. Okay guys, the bow is now cooled off. Let's see how we did with the lateral bend. Alright. Well, that looks like a significantly straighter piece of wood right there, huh? Alright, liking that. Still got a little bit of twist or bend in it, but huge difference. I mean, huge. I still see a little room for improvement, but I'm liking how flat it is, and I like how straight it is compared to what it was. I still see a little bit of work that could be probably done right around this knot where I could bend it back more, but I have to work it down a little bit to do that. But not a problem. I can do that. That's just touch up. So there you go. And we're dealing with a relatively straight piece of wood now compared to where we started. So that's twist and lateral bend, straightening it out. Obviously, a little more work to do, but you get the idea. Okay guys, Mike from Boyer Bows. This has been Bending Osage. So why would this be important? Let's talk about that real quick. Let me see if I can get myself back in the camera. Not that I'm all interested in seeing myself, but hey. The reason this is important, guys, is when you go to order Osage, if you're going to order it online or you're going to cut the trees down, mostly it's if you go to order wood. Osage is expensive, but when you go to get a stave like this, this is pushing 6 foot. This stick here, I got this stick for think it was $25 plus it costs more to ship it than the stick costs. I think it was $35 to ship it to me and $25 to buy the stick itself. And I'm like, why was it so cheap? You buy a stick this long, normally it's $150. And the reason this stick was so cheap for me is because it's bent and twisted like crazy. Most people don't want to work with that. And the people who sell the sticks know this. So if you know how to bend Osage, if you know how to get the twist out and how to get the bend out of limb, you take a stick that's corkscrewed and or curved, and you can take it back to straight and flat, you're going to save a ton of money on Osage. And really any stave, but especially Osage, because Osage is so expensive. Hickory, for example, not that expensive. Not that expensive. You can get a perfectly straight, long piece, seasoned piece of Osage from shipped to your door for $50. Same size. It's not expensive wood. Hickory's everywhere, and it's not hard to work with. But it also pretty much comes straight without a lot of twists in it. It's just the tree grows that way. But if you want to work with, in my opinion, the best bow wood there is, which is Osage, you gotta either be willing to spend the money, and sometimes I spend the money. The stave is just too perfect for me not to. Or on the other hand, figure out how to take the twist and the bend out yourself, and you'll save $100 on a stave, or you could potentially save $100 on a stave. So there you go. That's the reason. Aside from just knowing the skill anyway to help your bow making abilities, it's a heck of a reason. Saving money is a wonderful thing. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Mike from Boyer Bows, and stay tuned for more videos down the road. Take care guys.